got a little out of hand. I'm not asking you to take a number, I'm not saying I'm a winning bet, but don't write me off just yet. Are you just another River City runaway? Is there anything that I can do to make you stay? Are you just another River City runaway? Is there anything that I can do to make you stay? Save me from myself. Bad habit of getting in my way. Where's the balance of this give and take? Save me from myself. I'm obsessed with the words you say. Pull me close, throw it all away. Feels like that's all it takes to drag this down. Getting bored of the same things. Lose control when the phone rings. I see red inside you, call it out. Still I wonder what it's gonna take. Can I turn it in a little bit late? Bide my time till the walls fall down.
Hey, what's up, dude?
I want to run.
So that was super scuffed. I'm still getting used to OBS.
Yeah.
It's alright. This is gonna be edited into a podcast way, anyways, and it would be like this for the first episode.
Yeah.
Is there not like an editor mode in OBS where you can edit a scene and then it doesn't happen live, and you hit a button that switches it over?
So wait, are you? Well, ask that question one more time.
So, like on Streamlabs, there's like a studio mode and there's editor mode.
Yeah, OBS does have a studio mode
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. How do you get the studio mode?
located above the settings button.
I'll figure it out later.
That's fair.
I mean, I knew it had one because I've used it before.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, don't even see my settings button. Oh no, I gotta redo a bunch of stuff.
It's okay. The first episode of most things are usually a little scuffed.
There's a few things I need to test real quick. For some reason, YouTube chat is not showing up on my restream thing. So it's something. Let's see, is Kick working? Kick works. And Twitch chat works because you typed in there. Also, I'm gonna have to get a better like setup. Some kind of
Something. There's this like cast to both of our things that looks like we're shooting from hotel rooms.
yeah. I think it would be better
Got
if
that
we
yellow.
recorded like late Tuesday night.
Maybe.
It's good and dark.
Yeah. The only issue, like this is the longest day of the year, right?
Yeah, something like that.
That's part of it because it's going to be the sun's still a little bit not quite out, but there's still daylight. You can still see.
Also,
So.
Jaxie, when we're edit this, we have not started the podcast yet.
Yeah.
We're working out the kinks.
Yeah.
We'll do like some kind of like starter. Eventually, how I want it to is I want to build a like sidebar. So like the cameras will be more offset, and then there'll be a sidebar, and it'll be about the width of like where the score ticker is. Like it'll meet to the other edge of that, and it'll have the topics listed on it.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to do that or if you wanted to do that in post.
I say we do it. Well, it might be easier to do in post. It depends. We'll weigh out our options.
Yeah.
But if this becomes like, just depends. It might be a more popular live show than a podcast. It might be neither, but
we'll see.
But it's been too miserable here to work on anything. Like, I mean, like I said, Monday it was 106 degrees inside my apartment.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I'm like shedding skin all over now that I've like not been in heat.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you've been in the sun because you look a little sunburnt.
Yeah.
Or I was like, is it sunburn or is it just because you were hot?
I'm not. Oh, I haven't been hot today. I went to stayed at my mom's last night.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been in the heat really.
Yeah.
I lost during those like 4 or 5 days. I lost like 7 pounds.
Jesus.
I guess just from sweating a bunch.
Yeah.
You gotta see the dead skin coming off my balls.
That's going in the podcast though.
But let's see. Do I still have a topic list? I'm sure I do.
There's stuff that won't go on the podcast that maybe goes on the TikTok instead.
Yeah, well, that's definitely gonna happen.
Okay, buddy.
Seems like a highlight to me. That's what's up, Jaxie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do more than this. I haven't been able to. I'm less miserable now when I get my car back Monday.
Hell yeah.
I think I deleted my topic list somehow.
Um, I
Oh no,
remember
I got it. No, I don't. I mean, I
it's in our
can.
DM somewhere.
Yeah, it is.
And then we talked about more stuff. I'm gonna get a fucking notepad.
I had mine in a notepad. Yeah, there's been more that's happened.
Yeah.
Several big news stories today too. We'll get into it. I sent the topics to a friend of mine and he just messaged them to me, so that means he's watching. I have several friends that are very excited that this is on YouTube because they hate Twitch. They hate
Yeah.
Kick. It's inconvenient.
Yeah. YouTube can be very convenient. Because now they don't have to watch ads on. I don't know if Kick has ads or not, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, I guess we'll start the podcast now. Um, Man, another thing I need to do before we start the podcast, I need to make some like things like Cumbercle Tavern has, like opening video thing would be nice.
Yeah.
I'll work on all that. This is a process.
True.
I haven't posted on any socials that we are live, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Because how in the world would anyone even know?
Yeah, I didn't post about it either, but
Let's see, Discord.
I have almost no in real life friends who follow me on Twitch anyway. Mm, 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 mm.
I need to make the bot announce it. I'll remember to do that before next time.
Good idea.
And then after this, we can start. I need to make thumbnails for the live streams too. Discord. Twitch. Do I even share the Kick in my Discord? Is anyone going to come to Kick to watch this from my Discord?
More than likely, people are just gonna randomly show up from Kick.
Yeah. So I won't even necessarily worry about it for Discord, and I'll post a link tree on Twitch, on Twitter.
Boom.
And so much. I should have said 8:30.
Yeah. Maybe. First, you're doing all this work. I'm just here. I'm just here to look pretty and sound smart.
Yeah, when are you going to start?
Make sure you keep that, Jaxie. Bless you.
Is it Caitlin?
Caitlin Clark?
Yeah,
No, you said, did you say I or Y?
I.
It's I.
Okay. I put some of the things we're going to talk about in the tweet, so people might see the tweet based off of that. Probably use like the buzzwords in our title, but I was trying to hurry.
I don't know. We're talking about the stuff on the list, and we're also talking about JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Um.
There's like several things that have happened since I've made that list. It's worth talking about.
Yeah.
All right, tweets are out, Discords are posted.
Let's go.
Do one more thing, and then I'm ready. Then my friend sent me the list, but I'd rather copy and paste it off of yours, so I have it on my computer. There we go.
Send it to me too. It won't hurt. It'll keep me. It'll help with my memory because my memory's shit.
It's the thing. Back to you.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna start it now. Clap.
Ready? We're slated. We're ready. We're slated.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is the Beer Bros Sports Show, part of the Beer Bros Sports channel. I'm Freems. This is my co-host Bagel. Bagel, you want to plug anything real quick?
Plug anything? Well, I
Yeah.
can't talk about that here. You know what I'm saying? Not currently.
All right, well, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Freems aside from this. Now that I've said that, you can follow Bagel at twitch.tv/BagelBites, BGL Bites.
BGL Bites.
All right, this is the first episode of the Beer Bro Sports Show, where we halfway know what we're doing right now. Everything's been really scuffed. It's going to get better than this, but till now, this is what we get.
Or maybe it won't, and you'll be here for that anyway.
It might not get any, but this might be peak performance for us.
So you might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Here's a quick question. Have you watched any sports today? I haven't watched much, but I watched one thing.
Unfortunately, no.
So I watched the Orioles-Yankees game.
Mm-hmm.
Final score, 17-5, Orioles.
Are the Yankees still the highest payroll in Major League Baseball?
Well, not only the highest payroll, I think they have the best record right now. If I'm not mistaken.
51-26. That's
Yeah, they're tied with the Orioles now for percentage-wise.
I say they are 5-5 in their last 10. So
I take that back.
For the last 10 games.
Phillies, the Yankees, and the Orioles are all tied. So,
okay.
Which, full disclosure, for anyone who might not know, me and Bagel are both like avid Philadelphia sports fans, and you're going to get a bias on this stream when it comes to Philadelphia.
Freems being a filthy casual over here, not even wearing two sports teams. I have another third on, but I can't show that on this platform.
Wait, you want to call me a cat? You want to start showing off my Wilt Chamberlain tattoo? Or maybe my Flyers kneecap tattoo?
Look. I couldn't get tattoos for free. Okay,
I'm just saying.
one day, maybe.
But yeah, so we just had the NBA finals. We meant to do this Tuesday, so everything
Yeah.
was going to be a lot fresher. Full disclosure,
Yeah.
I haven't had an AC since Saturday up until today.
Yeah.
That's why we kept postponing. But I think the finals are still fresh enough to talk about.
Yeah. I'm always willing to shit on the Celtics even though they won.
They did win. They won. They had the well, like props to them for beating the Mavericks for one thing. I am going to give them that because the Mavericks. I mean, the media, everyone had the Mavericks winning that series. I don't understand why necessarily.
Because Luka was going crazy.
I get that, but the Celtics had the best record in the NBA.
Well, Chris Porzingis was hurt at one point too.
Porzingis was hurt, still had the best record. Yeah, but he got hurt not going into it.
No, but he was hurt for like 2 games, right?
Yeah, going into it, the Mavs were the favorite.
Yeah,
and I never thought that. I don't know if you recall or not. I called the series. I said Celtics in 5.
You did say Celtics in 5. I was hoping it wasn't going to be Celtics in 5.
I mean, same. Well, I'm torn. I like Joe Mazzulla as a coach. I think he's one of the few. Man, he's lucky.
Yeah,
I think he took that roster and propelled them to another level. I think he actually is like he doesn't get looked at like other coaches get looked at.
right.
Like if he gets credit. I feel like in the NBA right now, like coaches don't get the credit they deserve. Well, coaches feel like a scapegoat.
Yeah,
Like they don't usually get too much props for winning, and they get all the blame for losing, especially on superstar centered teams like the Lakers with LeBron or just like anywhere. There's been several coaches. I think Pistons just fired their coach.
yeah. After a year.
And
Now,
I don't
granted,
know.
he was that part of it is like I think his abilities as a coach were kind of overrated, and that roster is like the worst.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it his fault? He didn't even get a chance to get a system in to have any like input on what players get selected.
Yeah.
I mean, he got handed like a ragtag group of of basketball players, and
You're the Cade Cunningham and G Leaguers. And what's his name that I think used to be on the Kings? But the name escapes me at the moment.
on the Pistons.
Yeah.
Is it? Let's see. I'm thinking Cade Cunningham. Did he play for the Kings? He's good.
He did not play for the Kings. He's been on the Pistons his whole career.
That's what I thought. I like him. I bet he wants out, I would imagine, but
depends on how much they're paying him. I was wrong. The Pistons do have James Weissman though. From Golden State when they had that random year where they got a high draft pick and then swung and missed. But I don't think that draft was particularly
so
good.
here's another one of those situations where you're gonna hear the Philly bias come out. I would love for the Sixers to get Cade Cunningham. 6'6" guard.
Yeah.
Good. He's good, solid. I don't know. I don't understand why Kelly Oubre is not getting enough flowers. The dude averaged 15.4 points a game.
Yeah. As a
starter.
min player too.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
As cheap as hell.
Maybe it's the inconsistency, but they
Right.
still need another piece.
He is streaky.
But anyways, back. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, back to the finals.
Also, with this podcast, just saying this because it's the first episode, we are going to go off on tangents, and that's just part of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be super structured.
We're
It won't
both
be.
we're both what do they call it? Neurospicy or something?
Yeah. I just don't want to get too far away from the topic because one of the things I want to talk about, I started saying it. I give them credit, for beating the Mavs. They had the easiest path to the finals I think any team's ever had.
Yeah.
This has been the most injured Eastern Conference has ever been in the playoffs. Every team. You had the Bucks. Bucks didn't have Giannis. They didn't have Lillard. The Heat didn't have Butler.
Yep. The Knicks didn't have Randall.
Knicks didn't have Randall. Sixers had Joel Embiid fresh off an ankle injury with his face drooping off from Bell's palsy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think there's even more than that when you break it down. One of the Pacers got injured during the series with the Celtics.
Yeah.
Cleveland, they didn't have Jack. They didn't have two starters. They're missing two starters. I mean, yeah, that's the easiest path ever.
Yeah.
But I also love the media. This is going to make me sound like a Celtics fan at this point. I feel like they're trying to pretend like there's drama between Brown and Tatum. I just don't see it. Like they're talking about Tatum being upset because Brown won Finals MVP, things like that.
Well, to be fair, the way that Tatum shot, he was never gonna win Finals MVP.
Yeah,
he shot like 30%. You don't shoot 30% unless you're getting ridiculous rebounds, dishing out assists, or playing great defense.
I almost put money on Drew Holiday winning it.
Yeah. Because Andre Iguodala won a Finals MVP, right? But he was also playing defense on LeBron most of the series.
True. Not saying that I'm glad. I'm stoked Iguodala got that. Steph Curry was still the best player during that.
Was. Yeah.
I mean, in the 90s, Steph Curry, if that same game was played, Steph Curry would have got it. They didn't give MVPs to Rodman or Pippen because Jordan was always the best player.
Right.
I think that's kind of who it should go to. But
yeah,
Jason Tatum's like the first. I think he's the first player to lead in 3 stat categories for finals.
Yeah, I think he did have. He did have a bunch of assists and a bunch of rebounds. Did he have a bunch of steals? Whatever. He certainly wasn't shooting great.
Yeah, when it comes to finals MVPs, I think they look at. I mean, it's voted on by a group of people. And I think that that's the best way to do it because watching the game, he didn't feel like the MVP.
Yeah.
But
7 of the 11 votes from the media panel that voted for the award. See, Brown got 20.8, 5 and 5. Tatum averaged 7.8 and 7.2 assists. That's a lot of assists for your small forward or power forward.
Well, he's led the team in assists all season, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Points and assists. He's the team MVP for the regular season, but NBA Finals MVP, I don't think he was.
Points is not surprising since he seems to think he's like the second coming of Kobe.
That stuff is cringe.
He shoots a ton.
I think a lot of that. I think that I don't know. I think everyone's just so nostalgia pilled.
Yeah,
and that's why Tatum does that. I don't know. It's just goofy. Also, I like his. I feel like he practiced his. We did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he was trying to have a Kevin Garnett moment.
He most certainly was. He did multiple things. I remember seeing a clip where they were showing it was Kobe winning. It was he did the Kanye I guess we'll never know. What were they gonna say if I didn't win? Then they said, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. people ask what you're gonna do if you didn't win. He goes, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, he did that shit too. I'm like, why?
So
Why would you do all of these things?
What's funny about it too is the most iconic moment he had that people are gonna remember was the one that I don't think was trained, and that was him and Deuce Tatum.
Yeah,
I think that was the one thing that wasn't planned, and that's
Yeah.
gonna be the thing people remember because people can smell bullshit like if it's not organic.
yeah. Because he's just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like we know. It's very easy to tell that was like either rehearsed or he thought a lot about what he was going to do before he did it. Which is the big difference between what he did and what Kevin Garnett did, because Kevin Garnett was just like that guy all the time.
I don't think Kevin Garnett plans anything he says.
No,
If you ever
Which
watch
is
him in
why-
an interview or like, I would say out of all the Celtics of all time, he's probably my favorite Celtic.
yeah,
That's just because I'm a Garnett fan.
yeah, and it was like it's like he. Anytime you listen to him like on a podcast or watch that video of him like on the sideline calling somebody trash.
Yeah, it's so good. Actually, I like that. I like that Celtics team. I'll say it. I like Rondo. As a West Virginia boy, you get a lot of Kentucky basketball.
Yeah,
I like Rondo, and I like Paul Pierce. I didn't start really hating the Celtics until the Sixers got good.
yeah. I think I've always had sort of a certain amount of hate in my heart for Boston teams, and that probably started Super Bowl, was it 39?
Yeah.
Eagles Patriots.
Man, I missed school after that game.
Yeah,
I was very upset.
yeah. Something that I also would like there. I had a friend back then who was like, "Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan and a Patriots fan."
See, the way you feel about Boston sports, how I feel about New York sports. For some reason, I just hate it.
Yeah,
I hate the Knicks. I hate the Yankees. The Yankees are the Cowboys of baseball, in my opinion.
yeah,
You know what's annoying about the Yankees to me? I was thinking about this earlier. I hate that they have a like appearance policy.
yeah.
They've had it since like the 70s. Like you have to be clean shaven, all that
So
stuff.
ridiculous.
It's so lame. Fucking nerds.
I'm assuming it's because like the same family has owned it, and it's like they're just geriatrics. Like, hey, we don't like change.
Yeah. I think they should have
We
got rid of
also
that
don't
policy.
like black people, but we don't say that out loud these days.
I think they should have got the new policy whenever I got rid of that policy whenever they started the new ball field. But
Yeah,
yeah, NBA is over for 4 months and then it's back. Also,
Can't wait.
I like the new rule. They're allowed to start negotiating free agency the day after the finals. So you've already
what?
got in the NBA, they're allowed to start doing free agency stuff the day after the finals is over. That's a new
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah, there was a whole thing where I guess Embiid and Paul George were being interviewed at the same time,
Yeah.
and everybody went on Twitter was like tampering. Sixers going to lose more draft picks.
Yeah, well, Embiid said something and then Sada. They're not getting Paul George, by the way, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
All the reports coming out are that they're not doing it. Like they've waned on it significantly in the last few days. I don't know what happened to make them change their mind.
I would have liked Paul George 3 or 4 years ago, but not now.
That's what I'm telling people. People are like, "How you feel they're not getting Paul George now?" I said, "Thank God."
I was like, I'll
I
take
do-
Butler because I think Butler's cheaper, and I don't know that I think Butler would be a little bit less important to the success of the Sixers than Paul George is to the Clippers. But you want to have that flexibility on money for sure.
I'm a Butler fan. I think too with Maxey playing the way he played last season, that people are like, well, they've already had Butler. Well, this team didn't have Butler.
No.
I know Maxey is a great point guard. I think having Butler have someone like Maxey with him, and then also Embiid.
I will say I don't think Maxey is a great point guard, but I think he is a great basketball player.
Yeah,
What I mean by
yeah.
that is he's not like a great passer. He's a really good shooter. He's a really good one-on-one player.
Not a great passer yet.
He's not a great passer yet, but
People forget,
when you're that size,
when you're
he's only
23 years old.
When you're that size, it's hard to become a great passer. Learning as you go, right?
I think he's young enough to where he can do it.
I won't completely rule it out. I'm just not sure. I would like to see maybe a better playmaker playing with him. I mean, he probably learned a lot while Harden was around.
My hope was that we were going to get Caruso, but if you've been following the news today, you know that's not happening.
No, because they want like 2 first-round picks for him, which is
No, they already traded him.
Oh, they traded him? Who did they trade him to?
To the OKC for Josh Giddey. So underage girls in Chicago, protect yourselves.
God.
Josh Giddey's coming to town.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. Who trades Caruso for Giddey? Caruso wanted out for sure.
Caruso probably did want out. Giddey is younger. The Bulls are trying to get younger. It's not like it makes no sense.
I'm scared to death. I'm terrified that the Bulls are going to get Levine. Not the Bulls, sorry, the Sixers.
Maybe.
If he could stay healthy, it would be great.
We've been cursed with Tobias Harris for so long.
He's gone.
It's nuts to me. He played for the Sixers for 5 years and never drew a charge.
Giddey, breaking my rule.
What rule?
I'm just reading chat.
God.
I can't not respond to it. So Giddey is decent, not a decent person. That's
well, we can talk about that
another conversation.
Yeah.
Another big NBA news today. JJ Redick,
coach of the Lakers,
4-year deal with the Lakers. Goes back to what I was talking to earlier. Like, so I feel like there's like a bit of like weird privilege there. Like, not just like white privilege, but like you have a podcast with LeBron, now you're the coach.
Yeah, it's also like, well,
one of the most coveted coaching jobs in sports.
Yeah. Although to be fair, there's a whole cast of characters like Darvin Ham, who was the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a player a long time ago. How much did he coach before he coached the Lakers? And LeBron at this point is uncoachable.
That a lot of players on that team. I think Anthony Davis is probably uncoachable.
I don't know that Anthony Davis is uncoachable. It's just that because LeBron probably thinks he knows better than any coach.
Right. So he gets a coach that's like a few months older than him.
Yeah. There's no chance that. Well, I mean, Anthony Davis has not been the guy since he got to LA.
Right.
LeBron has been and always will be as long as he plays on the Lakers.
And saying that, Anthony Davis probably should be the guy on the Lakers.
He probably should be the guy on the Lakers. I don't think LeBron is willing to risk not winning championships just to have it his way.
Yeah.
And I think that's to the Lakers' detriment. That's to the Lakers' detriment, at least as it pertains to winning games, not as it pertains to ticket sales.
I imagine we probably only have one more year of LeBron.
Probably.
So if Reddick can make it past this first year,
Yeah.
he could be a good coach. I mean, he's got a basketball mind.
Yeah.
He knows basketball. I
And
like Reddick as much as I hate Duke. I liked him when he was on the Sixers.
It's not like there's no precedent of coaches without coaching experience coaching, because I have a list right here. Magic Johnson coached, Larry Bird, Doc Rivers.
I mean, Jason Kidd,
Who's
just in the NBA Finals. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I think that's the future of sports. I think former players are going to be coaches. I think that's going to be the norm. This Joe Mazzulla, the Celtics coach. I don't think he ever played in the NBA.
No, he tried to play. He tried to play professionally, I think, globally, but didn't have any luck, so he came back to be a coach.
Right. He coached. So I'm from West Virginia. He played at WVU when I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And his first coaching jobs were like smaller colleges here in West Virginia. Glenville. That's where, actually, funny thing about Glenville, that's where Tom Hardy played baseball, the actor.
I know.
And not Tom Hardy, Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, yeah.
He coached at Fairmont, another school here. So yeah, that's kind of why I kind of am not that upset about them winning, because I like Mazzulla. And he coached that whole series on a torn meniscus. LeBron James has had 9 different coaches fired during his tenure in the NBA.
Yeah.
Including 3 on the Lakers alone.
Yeah.
Also, several of those are former players too, like Derek Fisher, Luke Walton.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the other coach was. Tyrone Lue.
Yeah.
Did he get fired? Or is he? Who coaches the Cavs now?
Who coaches the Cavs now? Let's see.
Tyrone Lue. So he didn't get fired. Oh wait, no. Lue did get fired.
He did get fired. They don't have a coach currently. Kenny Atkinson is the
strong. Did Bickerstaff just get fired? John Beilein did coach him too there for a minute. He also coached at West Virginia. He actually coached Joe Mazzulla, I think.
Wow.
He was the coach before. What's his name? Why can't I think of the coach now? Legendary coach. Also coached Cincinnati, the Kenyon Martin team.
I don't know.
You're gonna know it as soon as I say his name. Bob Huggins. Never heard of Bob Huggins?
Nope.
Yeah, he coached Cincinnati whenever Kenyon Martin and those dudes were there. I love college basketball too.
Fair enough.
He also coached Kansas State.
Did I ever? This is mostly unrelated. Did I ever tell you I was on the Lehigh campus when Lehigh beat Duke in 2012?
That's pretty wild.
The campus was going nuts.
Trying to think if I left any basketball stuff out. But yeah, but back to what we're talking about too. I don't think we're ever going to have any more Phil Jacksons, Greg Popovich's, coaches like that, like where the coach gets a lot of credit.
Hmm.
Maybe sometimes those coaches got more credit than they deserve when players should have been getting more, but now it's just flipped completely over.
Yeah.
Um, I hope the best for Redick. Actually, I don't. I actually hate the
Yeah.
Lakers
Yeah.
a
Fuck the
lot.
Lakers.
So as a kid, I kind of liked the Lakers because I just thought Shaq was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I wisened up as an adult. I feel like I'm missing a big basketball news that came out today. Let's see, we hit Caruso, we got Redick. I guess that's it. I know that the Pelicans are trying to shop Brandon Ingram around.
Yeah.
And I know that they've been in talk with the Sixers, so that could be cool.
It would be. I do think he would fit better than Tobias did.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Who knows where Tobias ends up? Probably the fucking Celtics, and they'll win another championship. Fuck Al Horford.
So yeah, fuck Al Horford.
Do you think that, like, as a Sixers fan, do you look at that team and just like shake your head? Is it just the multiple connections?
Yeah.
Like we had Drew Holiday on our team. We could have drafted Jaylen Brown. We passed on him. We could have drafted Jason Tatum. Passed on him.
Yep.
The Lakers also
Porzingis.
passed. Huh?
We could have drafted Porzingis, but we drafted Okafor instead.
Also, how do you think Marcus Smart feels right now?
Probably not great.
Oh yeah, Jahlil Okafor. Gosh, I miss him. I'm just kidding. Man. Oh well. Next season, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that I have on the list, but I'm almost tired of it now. Caitlin Clark is
Just her in general, her being left off Team USA, her getting hit in the head.
just a lot. Well, here's okay. We'll start with the hit in the head. That was just a basketball play.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything intentional there. I don't think Angel Reese should have got any more trouble than she did. She got a flagrant. I think that's
flagrant, which was what it was.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary contact, and that's what a flagrant is.
And I don't think she did it on purpose. I don't think she was trying to whack her head. I think she was going for ball. I just think, I feel like the media is trying to put up a narrative, and I don't think it's fair to Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. There's all sorts of like weird, uncomfortable, like race shit going on too. It's like
And it's, you can tell
we're hitting we're picking on the lily white WNBA star, apparently.
Yeah, it just depends. I think that a lot of people that are starting those conversations are people who don't even watch sports.
Yeah.
I've noticed a few accounts like talking shit on Angel Reese, and I'm like, this person is just a conservative talking head. They're not a sports fan.
This person doesn't know what a pick and roll is. This person doesn't know what an alley-oop is, and they're speaking so authoritatively on something happening in a basketball league because they know it's going to get attention.
Right. Absolutely. I just and on the flip side of that, not trying to be like both sides or whatever, or trying to sound like a conservative here. I guess I might sound like a centrist. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to. I don't think Caitlin Clark. I don't think Caitlin Clark is popular solely because she's white.
No.
She has the best looking game of any NBA player I've ever seen. WNBA player.
Her numbers aren't great, but there's a couple of reasons for that. She is
on the Detroit Pistons of the WNBA.
Yeah, she's on a bad team. She's game planned for the shooting numbers in the WNBA are automatically worse because there's no dunking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of contested mid ranges.
Another big
And
thing
she's a
too,
rookie.
where she's a rookie, and where she is on such a bad team, that's also where a lot of the fouls are coming from, because
Mhm.
she's going to get guarded harder than anyone else on that team.
Yeah, the rest of the team sucks. She can get double teamed to hell.
And as far as her getting left off the USA team,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything malicious behind that, but I do think it's stupid. I think it's a dumb decision.
It's a dumb marketing decision. I don't know how dumb it is as a team cohesion thing
Well,
because
the,
I have no insight to how Team USA would get along.
so their reasoning for not doing it is because they didn't want the fans to get mad when she didn't get much playing time,
Okay.
which is a terrible reason. Secondly, the goals of national sports teams are literally to promote the sport,
Yeah.
especially to the youth. Now, not so much like NBA is going to draw more basketball fans to basketball than the USA national team, right? Maybe not in
Yeah.
other countries. I'm not sure. The women's national basketball team is more popular than the WNBA historically. Well,
Yeah.
until now, can't base it on today's numbers.
No, because it's
Breaking records.
the previous like women's NCAA season will go down in history probably for how much it sort of elevated the women's basketball into like the national consciousness.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the effects of it now with the WNBA.
Not only would I say Caitlin Clark deserves to be on that team or should have been on that team, I would say the same for Angel Reese. I think
Yeah.
she probably should have been on the team too.
Angel Reese been playing good too.
Yes, she just set a WNBA record.
Like a bunch of double doubles, right?
Yeah. Great player.
Cameron Brink tore her ACL though.
Yeah, she was actually on the women's 3-on-3 basketball league.
Mm-hmm.
That men's 3-on-3 team. Have you seen the roster?
I have not, but I know
Jimmer Fredette.
Jimmer Fredette.
Jimmer! Dude, Jimmer Fredette in college basketball was a spectacle.
He was. Canyon Barry, Kareem Maddox, Jimmer Fredette, and Dylan Travis. I don't know who any of those people are outside of Jimmer Fredette. Is Canyon Barry like one of the?
Yes, he is Rick Barry's son. He is one of the famous Barry from the famous Barry basketball family.
Holds a master's degree in nuclear engineering.
I think he plays for oh my gosh, who's he play for? It's not like a major league. He's still in college.
It makes sense. It makes sense that the 3-on-3 are not like NBA players, because I don't think the NBA players would want to risk their contracts getting hurt. It's a little bit different for like the Olympics for the 5-on-5 than it is for the 3-on-3.
Yeah. Jimmer Fredette, man. Does he play basketball anywhere now?
He was playing in China.
Yeah, he quit in 2001.
2021.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. 2021, not 2001. I just remember him playing for the Kings.
The 2023 World Cup, Fredette led all players in scoring with 59 points.
Is that the
The world champs, the world championship last year, I guess. But that's not probably the FIBA. If I had to guess, it was FIBA.
right? Well, yeah, it had to be.
Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to add to the Caitlin Clark thing. I think it's been talked about like ad nauseum at the most annoying possible way too.
Yeah, but it's like you were saying about sound like a conservative. It is at least in part a big media thing because it's like here's a conflict. Here's how we can here's how we'll present it so we can get eyes
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this will be one of the few topics you won't have a lot to talk about.
The NHL.
Yeah, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals is going to Game 6. It was looking like a reflection of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
The Panthers went up 3-0, dominating every game, much like the Celtics did. But then Edmonton comes back and wins a Game 4, much like Dallas did. The difference is the Oilers came back and won a Game 5 and dominated them there too.
Wasn't it like 8-1?
That was the first upset, I think.
Okay.
And then it's starting to look like the Oilers could pull this off. And I would
They could.
kind of like low key rooting for him. The only reason I'm rooting for him, and this might make me sound like a conservative too. There was an Edmonton fan that flashed her boobs. I love those oil cans. I guess I can call them that, right? The oil cans because of the Oilers.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, so I started rooting for Edmonton.
Good look. Give it. Let it. It's so in character for you to be like, titties. I'm a root for the titties.
Listen, if it was the Flyers, the thing is, I just don't care about either one of these teams.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's like when you don't have any, when it's not like when it's not even somebody in your division, it's like, why would I care?
There's not a team out, and there's not a team that I necessarily hate either.
Right.
So, like, rooting for titties, man. What can I say?
Yeah. I'd, when in doubt, side with the titties.
Yeah. I'm excited for the game tomorrow. I got a little promo code from Fanatics that gave me $40 to bet on it. So, I'm a bet on it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. I'm a bet on it. I know you don't really have a lot to add, so we can't really have a back and forth on this. I'm going to throw out one more thing that you're not going to have much to say about. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia beat him a month or two ago, boxing. Got busted for drugs. They overturned the decision of the fight today.
Wow.
So Devin Haney gets the loss removed. Ryan Garcia is suspended for a year. Listen, Jaxie, I may start putting whenever I do game, I don't gamble on sports that often. When I do, I'll start posting them on the screen for kick.
Look at you talking to chat.
Oh, fuck, it's so hard not to. I'm going to have to hide chat. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm just so...
So Twitch pilled.
Exactly, streamer pilled.
Twitch stream pilled Chad Cell over here. That combination of words does not make any sense, but that's neither here nor there.
Back to some like Philadelphia sports stuff. This feels like old news at this point. Sirianni comments from, well, people were assigning it to Sirianni. He never even said Sirianni. Jalen Hurts made some comments. And I feel like it's a big nothing burger. Let me pull up the exact quote. I feel like the Philadelphia sports media is like one of the worst. Some of them.
Yeah.
I feel like they cannibalize on their teams so hard.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that, like, talk about the Sixers for a second. Their beat reporter Keith Pompey sucks.
Yes.
And at least one of the radio hosts at WIP sucks.
Well, I guess this is directly to Sirianni. Basically, the question was, the media asked him a question like about how Sirianni was doing it, like his about his like willingness to like cede control of the offense, things like that. Just talking about his coaching in general. And Hertz responded with, I mean, that's a great question. I don't know that I know the answer to it. And people took that as like, oh, he's throwing shade to Sirianni. I don't think that's the case. If you've ever watched
Yeah.
a Jalen Hurts interview,
Yeah. Again, it's another one of those times where things seem to be people are drawing conclusions from things that aren't really even said,
yes,
which is it's a good way to get clicks, but it's not a good way to engage in anything.
he did then went on to say, I think he's just been great in the messages he's delivering to the team. He's trying to be very intentional with what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounded like he did praise him a little bit at the end. And then like the Philly media is like, oh, so he's basically just saying Sirianni's a glorified cheerleader and things like that. Like, fuck off, man. That's just like that's the conclusion you drew. Like, watch Jalen Hurts just isn't the best public speaker. I'm gonna say it. He just isn't. Like, watch him even on like the Kelsey's podcast. That's what the Eagles need. The Eagles need a new mouthpiece now that Jason Kelsey's gone.
Yeah. I don't know who is prepared to step up to that.
There's nobody in the NFL that could fill Jason Kelsey's shoes
That's true.
on as far
willing
as being well liked.
Obviously, he's retiring from the NFL. I would not be surprised if, I don't think he wants to uproot from the Philly area, given that he's lived there for so long, and obviously his wife is from there and he's raising his kids there. But I could see him working for the Eagles or working in the maybe media around there at some point.
He already got a job. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, where did he get a job?
He's a Monday Night Football analyst.
Okay.
Perfect gig for him.
One night a week.
One night a week. I think that's perfect for him. They say that he's been at the team facility ever since training camp started.
Yeah.
So, and his wife still works with the Eagles. I don't know if you know that she still runs the Autism Foundation.
Oh, I didn't know she ran it. I knew she was involved.
Yeah, she runs it.
Wow.
She has a autistic brother, or no, it was a neighbor that she grew up with. It was her best friend. Man, I just love the Kelseys. If I ever get another NFL jersey, it has to be Jason Kelsey, even though he's retired.
Yeah. I would probably get a Jason Kelsey jersey. I
Probably more likely to
money
get a jersey.
Oh, jersey.
Yeah, big nothing burger, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wonder if we could. I just want to generate clicks talking shit about Howard Eskin. Fuck that guy.
I used to. I tried to listen to his podcast back in the day.
Did it suck?
It's just not good.
Yeah. How did somebody suck and still work for that long? I don't get it.
Me either. I don't have much to say about him because, like, I don't follow him on Twitter. I don't think. Maybe I do. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I totally follow him on Twitter. I can't not. He reminds me of, like, anytime I read his tweets, I can't help but do like a Trump voice because I feel like he like tries to use that way. Like, like this tweet. At one time, the Lakers were the greatest organization in NBA's history. Now they are a certifiable joke. Hiring JJ Redick as their coach is embarrassing. Whatever LaFraud James wants is what the Lakers will do. And I just like in my head, I'm like, whatever the LaFraud James.
Dude is just he's an old man yelling at cloud.
Yeah.
And personified for sports.
Man, I like how we just decided to start this podcast too.
Mhm.
Entering the slowest part of sports season.
Yeah, he's not going to have that much to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we'll be talking about a little bit of off-season news. But I mean, we're only going to have baseball. Hockey's on its
Yeah,
way out.
that's-
Basketball
yeah.
just ended.
At least, well, there will be, international competition to talk about with the Olympics, but
Sure. And we'll get college football, some of the early games in like less than a month. Or a little over a month, sorry.
they start in August, right?
Yeah. Early August, some of the
Early August. Oh, there's another sport that I don't care that much about.
you'll get into it.
We'll see. I'm gonna be forced to do watch-alongs. Not forced. No
I
one's
love
holding me.
college
No one's
football.
no one's holding me against my will here. I promise.
Yeah, the first games are I guess August 24th, so the end of August.
Yeah.
I'll be doing watch alongs regardless.
No, I'll probably be here. I may not have as much to say.
I won't be doing a whole lot of watch alongs because I work on Saturdays.
True.
So if I do watch alongs, it'll be very scuffed from my phone. Not very, very sleek.
And very just interruptions and people coming in and being like, "Can I get this flavored this? Can I try this?"
After they announced that JJ Redick was hired to the Lakers, Trey Young posted an hourglass on Twitter.
Interesting.
So I'm like half expecting Trey Young to end up on the Lakers now. Another player I just can't stand.
Who do the Hawks want on the Lakers?
It doesn't matter who they want if Trey Young wants out.
I guess, but it's not like he can choose where he's gonna go necessarily.
Well, his
Then again, there's always like multiple team trades too.
I don't know what his contract looks like either. If it's over soon, they might do it just to get something instead of nothing.
Yeah.
No, he signed a 5-year contract. I don't know what year he signed it. It ends, I guess, in 27, 28.
Look at that. We were talking about the NFL. Now we're back to the NBA.
I'm just going to make sure because we kind of gone over everything. So I'm looking out at anything else that we could bring up.
We could let's see.
Talk about baseball.
We did talk about baseball a little bit, just not very in depth.
There's not a whole lot of news.
There's not a lot of. It's like there's games happening.
Well, it's like the Phillies are good enough this year that we could be delusional as shit.
Yeah.
And I might be, but I think they're going to the World Series this year. I just do.
I think this is one of those times where they're probably going to coast to the playoffs, as opposed to last year when it was like they went on a wild tear.
Yeah, I feel like they're killing it. I mean they did lose the series to the Red Sox. That was a bummer, and I think they lost the series to the Orioles. Yeah. What else is there to say? I hate the Yankees and I hate the Orioles, but it is funny watching the Yankees lose 17-5 today.
I remember I had a coworker at my old job who was a big Orioles fan, but I always like poked fun at her about what's his name, Chris Davis. I think he was paid a bunch and didn't play very well. Here's something sports related. You might want to bring up the share screen for this.
So I'm sharing it to you.
No, you're sharing it to the cat podcast.
Second. Oh, links don't really work off of this. Second, because I'm using I'm using a very specific chat doc that shows YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and I guess I can't click on links, but
That's
it's not a
odd.
big deal. Okay, I've seen this, but second. Wait until I get my my stream deck set up. Shit's gonna be real nice then too. I'll full screen that. Oh, I hit the wrong thing.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm paused.
No, that it was just showing our stream. The screen share. There we go.
So beautiful.
What is going on with the Mets right now? It's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
I haven't checked today. Last time I looked, they were 6-0 since
Right.
6-0 since McDonald's Grimace threw the opening pitch. They've been undefeated
Yeah.
since.
I was gonna say, maybe I should make a doc with a with because we talked about a TikTok segment.
Well, we can go ahead and in the podcast and just go to the streamer part now.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have the TikToks ready already.
Well, yeah, I think the only other one I had was a Jerry West.
Yeah, I'm gonna start planning stuff for the next podcast tomorrow. It's gonna be coming up quick because normally we're gonna do this on Tuesday. So,
Yeah.
'cause normally this is the night that I have to stream on my regular channel, twitch.tv/freems. I don't have to
And
work.
this is a night that I don't usually stream on my channel, twitch.tv/BGL Bytes.
BGL Drizzy is what you should change your name to.
No. No.
But I don't really have anything planned for the afterpod today either. But in the future, I have a couple. We can talk about this real quick. Some future ideas I have for this channel.
Mm.
It's not just going to be this show. I think that me and my friend Racer are going to bring back some of the competitive eating stuff.
And you're gonna do it here.
Post those videos here.
Nice.
I think it's going to start with him trying to repeat his performance at the West Virginia hot dog eating competition. I think I'm going to do like a little mini documentary. It won't be live streamed, but I'm going to make a video. I had another idea. I've been getting me and Bagel are both into like food content and stuff. And you
Yeah.
don't have to do this, but you can do it whenever you want. I could do it. It's not gonna be like a time thing. Be cool to look up food from different ballparks and stadiums and try to recreate it.
Yeah.
I think something like that would be fun.
I can't think of. I mean, I could make crab fries. I could make soft pretzel.
I want to do the seafood mac and cheese hot dog from the Orioles Stadium. I think that'd be good.
Interesting.
Also recently, I just got all the ingredients set up. I'm gonna be making it probably in a week or two. Found out how to make the Amoroso rolls for Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, nice.
My mom's got a KitchenAid mixer or something. I'm making. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream that. If I can live stream it, I'm gonna live stream it. But if her service isn't good enough from her house, I'll make a video. Stuff like that would be fun. We're gonna do more interactive stuff for the live stream portion of the podcast.
Mhm.
Where we're gonna do tier lists, things like that. You cringe, you drink. What I thought about doing with that bagel, by the way, we can talk about that off stream actually. Something.
Okay.
But I think for now that might be it for the night.
That might be it for the night.
It's Super Scuff first episode. I knew it was going to be going into it, so I'm not upset about it.
Yeah.
Just
This is
because.
There's always a little bit of turbulence in the pilot episode.
Yeah. Well, that not to mention, we're having to do it 2 days late because my AC broke during a heat wave.
True.
So, yeah, that's it for the podcast. A couple cleaning house real quick. Twitch.tv/Freems. You can also catch me on the Turnbuckle Tavern. And that's on all platforms.
We'll get some commands or something.
Yes.
Like that where you can just exclamation point socials or something.
I'll make some stinger pages and stuff too that'll show it on the screen. And then you can find Bagel at twitch.tv/BGL Bites. Bagel Bites.
I'm also that on Twitter and Instagram. I don't post on Instagram very much, but I do post on Twitter a lot.
But that's it for us tonight. And thank you guys for hanging out.
We'll see you next week.